Welcome back to Don't Waste My Mommy. This is Taylor.
Hi, folks.
She got me this duck over here.
How cute, my little
It's because
duck.
I had a duck and then he ran away. And so I was very, very upset about it. So Taylor got me a duck.
And then she left it here at the studio.
Yeah, for emotional support. Because he was my emotional support duck for a while. But then he left.
And now you've got a cat.
I have a cat now. He's really cool. His name's Lennon. And whenever he runs to the other side of the garden or whatever, then we have to shout for him. Then we shout, Lennon! And I'm worried what the neighbors think.
Listen, they must mind their business. But also, didn't Lennon fall off the roof?
He did fall off the roof, but he's fine now. Shout out to my cat.
But don't they
He's
land?
Yeah, but he fell in a cackway. He's still a kitten. Still a baby. Taylor's a lawyer.
Not though.
She is a lawyer.
I'm
And
gonna
she's a
tell them I'm
doctor.
Nope. No,
She
not a
is
doctor.
a doctor because, listen, okay, first of all, doctors are the worst. And, doctors that don't have a doctorate,
The physicians in the room.
the physicians, they're lame, we hate them. They are embarrassing to us.
And overpriced.
Yeah, and they've caused both of us to, die multiple times.
I didn't die the same way she died, but we
I
died.
Yeah, we died. They're just cuck. Point of the story is Taylor has studied for the same amount of time as a doctor. Plus she's still studying, so she's a doctor, officially.
But not in the delinquent way. I did more than one degree. Not
Yeah.
just,
It's
just
not
the
like
one.
she took 7 years to finish her undergrad. No offense to people who do.
I understand. It's
It's
hard.
100% understandable. Yeah, so Taylor, tell us about...
Why are you shouting at
Sorry.
me?
I'm loud and Taylor's soft like a mouse, like that.
What kind of mouse do you have?
I never had a mouse. I had a hamster. But in any case, and
Really?
they don't make sounds. Yeah.
Not a
One
fan.
time I had a hamster and she gave birth to babies. And then
Jeez.
I was like, oh, cute baby hamster. So I put it in my hand and I held it. And then the mommy smelled it. I touched the hamster and she ate it. It was really gross. It was mosag in that cage. And I felt so bad that I led to the murder of a hamster by her mother. It's terrible.
That's gross.
Speaking of killing your babies,
Wow!
Taylor's a lawyer, so she's
what
going
a
to give us
segue. What a segue into.
So she's going to tell us about Roe v. Wade because she's a lawyer and she understands it.
I mean,
And she's a Catholic, so she don't believe in abortion.
I thought
Plus,
we
we're in
weren't
a church, so watch your words.
I thought we weren't bringing Jesus into this one.
He's listening. It's a Sunday,
So?
and we're in a church. He's listening.
No, it's his off day. He rested on the 7th day.
Alright.
But we discussed we're not talking about Jesus on the way here.
Okay, yeah, we're not talking about Jesus. All respect to the man's.
If he's a man.
What?
Alleged.
How do you know that Jesus... What would make you think... Okay, we're not talking about Jesus. My bad. We're not talking about Jesus.
I just think it's wild that you would ascribe a gender and assume he's cisgender.
But listen, it wasn't me.
I
Wasn't
just
me.
said,
I did none of the things that your folks did. I didn't make men's white. That was you.
That was not us.
It was you, Taylor.
We gave him abs though. Man doesn't have a
Are
face.
you fat shaming Jesus now?
No, he's most ripped.
I mean, I don't know if Jesus would actually be ripped on the diet that they were on at that time.
But they were just doing what is it?
They just ate bread and olive oil there.
No, but it was the carpentry. They were moving the stones.
Oh yeah, he was doing a lot of hard labor. I think wasn't he
Wow.
a shepherd?
Possibly.
Taylor.
Listen, guys, I got confirmed a long time ago. It's been a
Yeah,
minute.
so maybe Jesus was ripped. Any case, speaking about ripped.
No babies were ripped. You can get
Tell us your
suction,
thoughts
though.
on abortion.
Listen, I think the starting point with Roe v. Wade is that I'm surprised the judgment hasn't been overturned yet before. It's a pretty shit judgment because they went via and came to the right to privacy because the American Constitution.
It's stupid.
Why-
Completely
like-
ridiculous. Why do you...
Do you know what else I realized the other day? So if they criminalize abortion and you actually are punished for it, you can't vote.
Oh yes, because you can't vote if you're a criminal. That's fucked if you get out of jail, then can you vote?
No, because then you're still a felon.
So you can't vote ever?
No.
After you've committed a crime?
No, because this is why they were saying that like black people are close to being, what is it, 3/4 of the like a person under the law because of slavery.
Yes.
So yeah, but the right to privacy was the segue into abortion. So like I don't know, this woman wanted an abortion, and the doctor who joined her case had previously been fined for doing an abortion because the law then in Texas was that you could only have an abortion if the mother's life was at risk.
Yeah.
So he performed an abortion. Apparently, the mother's life wasn't at risk. And he was like, well, the law is not sufficiently clear as to what you mean.
So the right to abortion is based on the right to privacy. Isn't that also what gay rights is?
Yeah,
is
all of
on?
it. It's basically all of those.
What a stupid country. Come right.
Leave the pre-apocalyptic people.
No, they like in the apocalypse now. It's officially happening. Don't you see all the white girls with their Handmaid's Tale outfits on? I just want to know, where did you get that? Like, were you...
No, they were waiting for this one.
But this is my thing. I really... Shame for America. Shame. But also,
Why
I
you
feel
lying?
like... Yeah, no, not shame. But like, I'm laughing because I'm trying to find the comedy in this. And white women give you the most comedy because it's like... You're really making an entire personality out of the oppression of other people, because Becky in California she doesn't have anything to worry about when it comes to abortion laws. Now skillik, she's out here with her Handmaid's Tale outfit. Where did you buy it? That's my question. Was it just lumming in your cupboard the whole time?
That or Jeff Bezos was ready. That man's always ready.
So he just made Amazon.
He was ready. No, but also like the way you can walk into Walmart and buy an automatic rifle, like surely you can just walk 2 steps
This is
further
a
and buy
dumb
a
country.
handmaid's.
And these white women are just out there wearing their Handmaid's Tale outfits and their pussy hats, and I'm like, guys, now
pussy
skillik you care
hat.
about women's rights.
No.
You didn't care about anything else when people were talking about like mass poverty and inequality.
No, we don't care about
and
those people.
education,
No,
healthcare.
we have that. But I was listening to I hate that I'm citing fucking TikTok. But
Oh,
I mean,
dear.
this woman, she's like, no, guys, we need our allies, we need our sisters. Like, we're under attack.
Is this a white woman now?
Of course it is. And she was like, guys, we need to band together and whatever, feminism. And someone replied, and they're like, no, that's not how it works, because you watched us get oppressed and like your
Yeah.
rights were fine. So go sit there in your privileged bubble and go suffer alone, because
No, but
like,
this
we
is my
fought for
thing.
this.
Like, white women have not only made it their entire personalities to appropriate other people's oppression, but now they've also made a living out of appropriating other people's oppression.
No, but it was more about the fact that they were like, did you now only realize that when the discrimination and oppression happens to white people, now it's a problem?
Yeah.
But when we were saying, like, the last 30 years that this is a problem, you
Yeah.
were like,
Yeah.
not really. So, like, no.
Because even if abortion does get overturned now, and even like all these states that are overturning abortion, that still doesn't make much of a difference to the poor women that it was affecting before.
I
that didn't have access to healthcare at all. That were forced to go to these
mean,
abortion
people can't-
clinics that just make you feel shitty about the fact that you want an abortion and then force you to have the
Did you hear
child.
the one that was a fake like a fake
Yes!
clinic? I was like, that's fucking wild.
It's literally fake clinics where they say that they pretend that it's an abortion clinic. When the women come in to get an abortion, they gaslight the fuck out of them, and then they don't end up getting it, and they basically force these women to have children, and it's all under the guise of like Christianity.
I like, someone must just explain to me, why are you so concerned with abortion? Like, what is the rationale behind forcing people to have children? Because like in America at the moment, there's a formula crisis. Like, they don't have enough baby formula.
Yes.
So how the hell are you forcing people to have the babies, and then they can't feed them? But also, you don't have a healthcare system that allows people to access healthcare in general. But again, like, on the most fundamentals, draw me a flow chart. Like, I'm 12 years old. Why? Like, I just need someone to just explain to me, like, I'm 12. Like, I was born in 2010. Explain to me, what's the point? Like,
I think it's because they're running out of Amazon workers.
no, we have more. There's like, what, 7 billion people in the world.
Yeah, but they don't want immigrants. So now they're saying, okay, come, just make the babies here. You can't have abortions anymore. Now you increase the population size because the population has been decreasing since the 1980s. They are no longer a majority white country. They are
No, but
now
you see, the other
majority
thing is they're
Hispanic.
saying that, like, in 20 years, there won't be, like, a purebred white people. because of the mixing. But my thing is, the people these are affecting are not majority white people. It's black people.
Yeah.
So
That's why I think they just want like extra slaves, I think. Because remember, under this stupid fucking constitution, if you are found guilty of a crime and you're in jail, you don't get any rights, and you're a slave.
you're a slave. No, like 100.
Legit.
I get it, but like
It's the 16th Amendment, where they're like, if you in jail,
Isn't it the 13th?
it's forced labor.
it's the 13th Amendment.
Is it? Whatever. Stupid constitution anyway.
Listen, America, y'all need to actually go look at that document again and try again.
Yeah, give it another go. Give it another go.
Like, I get we wanna, keep it pure, but like, no, man.
I don't know how you guys fucked up so hard in that constitution. Yeah, us in South Africa, we didn't even like each other. The white folks did not want us to have anything, but still we got a just constitution. Do we abide by it? No, but it's
But at
there.
least, I can say, you guys fucked up, here's my rights. You
Yeah.
guys can't even do that because you don't even have an equality clause. So, but yeah, no, I'm still very confused as to why the hell you would want children. Like, why are you forcing people? Like, do you
Well,
not
it could
see-
be because they
We don't
population.
No, we don't need any more like Johnny Depps and Ambers running around. No.
I don't know, because you're right. Like, it won't. White women, because remember, Planned Parenthood was originally started to stop black people from having an increase in their population. So by allowing poor black communities access to abortions, it would shrink the size of the black community, which is insane.
No, but you see, the flip side is that black lives don't matter there. So why would they, like? Actually, that makes sense because then like you can die, it's fine. I was reading about how to do a homemade abortion. You need like
Yeah.
a mayonnaise jar and 2 syringes. I was like, what do you mean?
I find it so funny now how there's like this one medication that's used for horses.
Yeah.
That causes you to have an abortion, and now everybody's talking about like stock up on this medication before
but
they
also I'm
do
like-
an abortion. And then I'm like, but now you guys were on about ivermectin the whole time, and now you don't
but-
ever take horse medication. Now
But
you all of a
besides
sudden
that,
telling me it's
guys, what
strange.
the fuck are you doing that you need to go and stock up on abortion medication?
What a dumb country, truly,
But does
truly,
that mean I can sell
genuinely.
it? Like, if I see a business. I mean, because if I stock up and people need it, I'm not technically doing anything wrong by selling.
No.
But I could also just push
That's
it out.
literally what American capitalism is. It's creating demand out of absolutely fuck all,
They do
and
that
then
with
selling it
insulin.
back to the people, like with a markup of like 1,000%.
They did that with the insulin.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but
That's a very stupid country. Also, there was a mass shooting. Another one.
there's
And
been what is-
man's literally had like Nazi insignia on him, like on his thing.
I just want someone to go to America and tell the white people you guys are British.
They won't believe you,
No, I
remember?
don't- I don't-
They are so proud of the fact that they fought this war of independence
I
and
want
fought off
someone
the
to go-
British.
They must go be gaslit. But you guys are immigrants.
Yeah.
Like, how the
There's no native white folk there in your land. You can get all the catfish that you want there and go live in the trailer park and ride your trucks. Nobody believes you you are native.
Why are you gonna bring the truck folks into this?
Because they cuck funny. Have you ever seen like what's it called? Like I don't know what it's called. It's like cowboy TikTok, man. It's like southern folk TikTok.
I just have a whole bunch of strippers.
Oh my god. Okay,
Did you know you can
Taylor.
wash money?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
As being a stripper.
Yeah, like they
That's
put
like the smartest way to do it.
No, man, like they put in the washing machine.
Oh, I thought you meant wash money like money laundering.
No, like they don't want to take the nasty ass money to the bank, so they put in the washing machine.
This does make sense. I
And
do
then
wash
then
money.
they count it in the thingy, and then like some of them complain because like they'll go to the bank and they tell us like, oh, what
How do you wash money without?
I thought it was gonna.
Yeah.
Apparently it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I put the 10 rand in my pocket and then it washes and then it looks weird after.
I don't know, but they then dry it like in a tumble dryer and then iron it. I'm like, that's a lot of effort for money you're not gonna use.
No,
But
man.
the people always complain like that the bank tellers are like, oh, what are you doing? She's like, that's like 5,000 rand in ones. What the fuck do you think I do?
Yeah.
Like, come on, Becky.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I love it. Like, those people are fucking athletic. So.
Do you think that like having abortion overturned on a national level and giving it back to the states is more democratic?
I was thinking about this
Since
the other day.
they don't have normal elections, the Russians are almost always involved in the elections.
I was thinking, why don't they put it to a referendum?
They don't have that there.
They can have it though.
But they don't want to. They don't want to give the people any rights. You know what I find hilarious about America also now? The way that their election system is set up, it's like, we don't trust the people, they're too stupid. If they make the wrong decision when it comes to the president, it's fine, we have an electoral college, they'll sort it out fast.
Yes, but now...
But when it comes to a jury system,
No,
they're
no.
like, no. Lay people will just decide whether or not this man is going to be a slave forever.
Yeah, but like my problem is the way...
What a dumb country. Come, right?
But like, the way democracy is set up here, I'm just like, you know what, I understand. I know you also agree
What?
that like some people just shouldn't be making decisions. But
Oh,
anyhow...
yeah. I don't believe in democracy. I don't be. People think I'm joking when I say this. I don't believe in democracy at all. I don't believe in it.
We just don't
It's a
have a
stupid
better
system.
solution.
It's a really stupid system. And I'm not saying that I want like a Stalinist, Mussolini, Hitler regime. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying people don't make good decisions. Why must I trust a lay person to make a decision for the rest of the country when they're only going to make a decision that's selfish? Like the people here that vote for the DA. Why are you voting for the DA? Because they put a light in your road. Now you're gonna vote for the DA, but you don't care what they do in the rest of the country, in the rest of the city. So now why am I saying no? You don't deserve democracy. Take it away. Give me authoritarianism. My thing is now, would you rather trust all the people, individual people, to make a decision for everybody else, or would you trust one person to make a good enough decision for everyone else? And if we don't like him, we chuck him off the roof,
Out the window.
out the window of the
Quick,
palace.
fast. New
That's how
person
it
in power.
works.
Listen, the Russians were onto something there. Just like a quick
They
change
were.
of power. Overnight, nobody's business. And I think it was very nice that they actually, did it during the night.
Yeah, they were smart about it.
No, but besides that, like, nobody needs to see that.
Oh, you were watching a documentary about the Russian Revolution, weren't you? Yeah.
Yeah. And like,
Isn't it so fun and so cool? They just do stuff.
No, but the thing is, they
They
just
don't have time to organize. They go.
No, but I was watching and I was like, hi, look, it's like Lenin coming in there from Luxembourg on the train. He was nowhere near the October Revolution. He's like, wait, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you coming?
He just wrote a letter and put it in a pigeon, and the pigeon told the man, go there, make it happen.
No, because it was happening. And he was like, shit.
Yeah.
And then he had to get on the train, but he couldn't get on the train.
Lenin was truly an amazing person. Honestly, I love Vladimir Lenin.
I don't
Such
know.
a great
I
person.
found out about that they killed his brother. I was like, that's so rude.
They were really rude. And it was ruthless back then in the Russia times. It was ruthless.
I don't think they got any better. I think they
Oh
just
my
got
god,
better
I wanted to
narratives.
tell you about this. Speaking of Russia, there was an article by some like pretty decent news publication that said, I mean, not that any of them were actually decent anymore, to be honest. I don't
Hey, I wrote a piece.
No, not our news organizations, like American news
What is Sonic
outlets.
saying?
So they wrote this article saying it would be so much better for Russia to have a democratic monarchy the way that Britain does.
For what?
And then the headline was like, maybe it's time for the return of the Romanovs. I said, hey,
Do you know what? I would love to see
there's
someone
none
try.
of them left.
No, let them try. Just for entertainment
They
value.
killed them all. Did you not watch Anastasia?
I was like,
They did.
no, let them try. Because all that's going to happen is they're going to get their day 1, day 2 out the window.
Maybe if they try again, like with another Romanov family,
No.
then it will be like we'll get another Rasputin.
Rasputins, people are going to rock up and chuck them out the window again.
I'm so excited. Maybe having a Romanov
like,
dynasty once again will bring us another Rasputin. I'd love
They
that
must bring
personally.
They must bring that man back.
Resurrect him, please.
the way they speak of this man, like, and his magic dick, I was like, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, Rasputin was cool as fuck. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care.
But why would they
I
think
don't
that
care.
but Lizzie's not doing well. Why would they think that's a good idea?
Look at Thailand. Thailand's a great example of a democratic monarchy. The country's like fucked up. The way that they go on for
No,
that
listen,
that king, it's weird.
No,
Look
but-
at any of the democratic monarchies.
Listen.
Saudi. Are you mad?
Listen,
These people
but
don't have brains, young.
Okay, but like, my thing is, here's my thing. If I were to live in a country and we've got a monarch and their sole purpose is like, you were raised to lead a country. That was your job. Since day one, they didn't teach you how to count the math. Like was it Lizzie wasn't taught the geography and things because it wasn't necessary for her. Because
She was just like, I want all of that there.
Yeah.
Just that whole thing. Just
But I
keep
mean,
it.
like, if you watch, I was watching The Crown. And basically, she went to one of the meetings with the statesman and realized she was dumb. And she was like, why was my education like? And they were like, no, but as a monarch, as someone who's going to lead the country, you didn't need to know that. That's why we didn't teach you. Fair, which to me makes sense.
But I mean,
And I would rather trust someone like that leading my country, knowing that this is what you train for, as opposed to us picking Cyril from the side of the road and be like, my guy, can you come? And now you want to make jokes about a 22 million rand flag. And we must laugh.
Cyril, please come right, okay? Just focus on
Shit about
focus
Cyril
on the
either.
basics.
Fuck's sake.
That man, I don't have time for him. I really don't have time for him. I hate Cyril. I know everybody thinks he's like cute little Uncle Cyril, and oh, he
Do you know
don't
why they
how
call
to
him
put on a
Cupcake?
mask. Huh?
Do you know why they call him Cupcake?
Cyril is busy.
No, but apparently that's...
Tell the cupcake story for the people.
So his side person's WhatsApps got leaked, and in the messages she refers to Cyril as Cupcake, and now we as a country also call him Cupcake. I personally thought it was because it was a Twitter thread a while back of where they compare like celebrities to like foods. So they compared Cyril to cupcakes. So like
Yeah.
he was wearing a red tie, then it's like a red cupcake or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, Cupcake.
Makes sense.
No.
It's because he's busy doing other things there.
But I was like, how are you gonna call your sugar daddy Cupcake, man?
I love it. But Cyril is a waste of time. He has far too much empathy for the white man. There was a documentary. Remember I told you Miracle Rising South Africa?
The one that you cried for.
I didn't cry for it, okay?
Okay.
I cried at the idea of it because it was a very like Kumbaya, Rainbow Nation. We came out of apartheid and everybody's best friends. And there was like this part about like Chris Hani dying and Steve Biko being murdered and both of them were murdered. And it was like, and Joe Slovo and like, and Ruth First. And like, it was all of these people. And I was like, yo, imagine if they had all died for a reason and they didn't just die in vain.
I'm
And I was
just saying.
I was upset about that element of it. That it's like, we're just gonna, you know, like paper over the fact that
No.
y'all sold us out.
No. I, as a country, we have the ancestors. And the afterlife is a big thing. So I'm waiting for these people to rock up and be like, come account.
Yeah,
It's gonna rock me.
really. I said when the clerk dies, where's he gonna go? Who's he gonna be friends with there?
Hitler.
I don't even know if Hitler would fuck with him so
Hitler-
hard because Hitler would be like, maybe you did nothing.
No, Hitler.
Look at my numbers, look at your numbers.
No, it's not even that. Hitler's like, but you're not white. So. Can't sit with us. That time Hitler can't sit with himself.
He's like, nah, we don't accept the
Sorry.
Buddha here.
Sorry. But that time Hitler can't sit with himself.
Okay.
I was watching a trial where they found it was Hitler's like right, not Heimlich. What's the other one? Anyhow,
Goebbels.
no. Anyhow, he was head of the final solution. Like that was his brainchild.
I don't know his name.
Anyhow, so like after the war ended, this man went and lived as like a, what do you call the people who cut the trees?
A lumberjack.
That thing. He was living there by the Serbian forest, cutting the trees, and
Okay.
then he escaped to Argentina.
Oh yes, they all went to Argentina.
Yeah. Then the Israeli government said, wait, we know that guy. Bring him here. So they went and they technically kidnapped him because they didn't have a treaty with them.
Yes.
So they kidnapped him and brought him to Israel to stand trial.
Love it.
So I was watching the trial now.
Don't
because-
love Israel, but I mean, whatever.
Listen, you must go watch the documentary because the politics of why they did that changed the course of history completely.
Really?
Yeah. So
How?
before the survivors of Nazi Germany went to Israel because it's the homeland of the Jews, but they weren't accepted into Israeli society because it's kind of like, you guys are weak. How could you allow that to happen to you? Because remember, they didn't know what had happened in Germany because nobody had spoken about it. There was a media, and like this was the first trial that was
I
broadcast
see.
around the world and covered, where the victims spoke out. So all of the other
So
trials.
Israel was victim blaming that time already?
No. Israel was victim blaming the Jews in their own country. So there was
That's
just,
what I'm saying.
Yeah, they were gaslighting the people then already.
You saw?
So there was
There's nothing redeemable about that place. There's
they
literally
convicted
nothing.
them, man. That's about it.
Do you know what they do to Ethiopian Jews?
Jews in Ethiopia.
Yeah. So Ethiopian Jews, they are given, the right to live in Israel, whatever. But they are chemically castrated because they don't want to have black Jews. They're like, no, come here, occupy the land, because we need people to occupy the land. But like, you can't have babies, please.
Did you know that
And they're like,
chemical
cuck racist to
castration,
them.
like, doesn't hurt? It's just an injection. I was very
It
disappointed.
doesn't matter. It's
That's not the
still
point.
rude to
No,
do.
because I heard about it in the context of like people being raped and being like, oh, rapists should be chemically castrated. Me, I'm thinking, oh, okay, they're gonna pour acid on your junk. No,
Don't they like snip it off or something?
no, they just block your testosterone.
They just need an injection, that's all.
Yeah, well,
That's not good enough.
no, but it was a pretty cool trial. Well, not cool because, but anyhow,
What did he say? Anything spicy? Did anything spicy
his whole
come?
thing from beginning to end was I was just doing my job. Like, unfortunately, my job was
To murder Colombian people.
like, but that was my instruction, and that's all I did. So, like, I don't think I was guilty.
Do you think he would have gotten amnesty in DRC?
Yeah,
He would have.
100%. The only thing that they sort of got him on was at the end of the war when he heard that the Allied forces had come.
Mm-hmm.
He did a quick rush job there and sent as many people as he could on the train to go kill them quickly before they came. But other than that, he was like, no, my instruction was to put 1,000 babies on the train through Paris, and that's what I did. And then what was really cool was that the prosecutor in Israel, they were talking and they're like, oh, they were going through the records, because I got the tattoo.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, he had seen the guy on trial beating a child in the Warsaw ghettos. Like, because the guy who was testifying was a doctor, and he was like, no, he was a doctor at the time, and he was waiting for them to stop beating the child so he could, go get involved there because he wasn't allowed. So, like, they beat this child 80 times, and he was like, they asked him, like, oh, like, is that person in the room? And he points to the prosecutor. And the prosecutor's like, what's up, homie? It's me. Yeah, pretty cool.
The prosecutor was the one murdering the child.
No. So the guy on trial was beating the prosecutor when he was a child.
Oh my
So now
god,
the
that's
prosecu-
mad.
So now the prosecutor's like, remember me.
Yo, that's like when Kamala Harris was like, I was on the bus. Not to the same degree, but still
No, but-
wild.
Them to stop beating the child so he could, go get involved there because he wasn't allowed. So like they beat this child 80 times, and he was like, they asked him like, oh, like, is that person in the room? And he points to the prosecutor. And the prosecutor's like, what's up, homie? It's me. Yeah, pretty cool.
The prosecutor was the one murdering the child.
No. So the guy on trial was beating the prosecutor when he was a child.
Oh my
So now
god,
the
that's
prosecu-
mad.
So now the prosecutor's like, remember me.
Yo, that's like when Kamala Harris was like, I was on the bus. Not to the same degree, but still
No, but-
wild.
It was wild. It was a really great documentary. It was a bit annoying because I had to read because it wasn't in English. It was weird because it was German and Hebrew. He said, yeah. But yeah, that was when Israel was like in the beginning stages of bringing back the Jews, and that is when the people...
Wait, which year was this?
Early 70s, I think.
Oh no, that time they were busy ethnic cleansing the Palestinian people. How are you gonna put a Nazi on trial when you're busy doing the same shit?
It was not the same. In order to...
It's the same.
No, but for them, they have to then recognize that the Palestinians were people. Remember?
To know.
So, yeah. But I was like, y'all went to another country because then Argentina was touched because how dare you come into our country and kidnap people.
Why did they all go to Argentina? What was that about?
There was no, like, the way people here
Oh,
go to
you can't
Dubai.
like extradite them.
Yeah, the same
No,
way people
I
here
see.
go to Dubai.
But then, did you hear that there was what's it called? Operation Paperclip in America.
No?
Sorry, can you Google Operation Paperclip? I just want to get this like super right. But basically, they had taken Nazis from Argentina and
Yeah.
had incorporated them in the CIA and done all these fucking experiments. Now you sitting here, you say, oh no, why are we getting so many school shooters that are Nazis?
I don't think that's why we have school shooters who are Nazis.
Oh, it's-
Oh, you're just throwing phones around. Okay.
Okay, Operation Paperclip was a secret United States intelligence program in which more than 1,600 Nazi German scientists, engineers, and technicians were taken from the former Nazi Germany to the US government employment after the end of World War II in Europe. Conducted by the Joint Intelligence Object. What did they do? Basically, they were former members of the Nazi Party. Okay. The primary purpose of Operation Paperclip was US military advantage in the Soviet-American Cold War and the space race. Once again, you are using Nazis to fight the Russians. Embarrassing, come right. Oh my god.
I'm just. No, but the thing is, again,
I watched
just
like a whole
need-
documentary on Operation Paperclip. It was fucked up.
No, again, okay. Like I said, I just need a flow diagram of why are you doing what you're doing? Because like
Money.
now,
Money.
like abortion doesn't make sense. But also, I'm like, why are you so flippin' invested in someone else's
My
uterus?
thing is, if God wanted anybody else to be involved in what goes on with a fetus, we would have been laying eggs, and then you can decide when or not to squish the egg.
What is it? I was
But
watching.
now it's in my body, so it's not your business.
They
Mind your
say-
business.
There's a picture of this baby who was a frozen egg embryo.
Mm,
Embryo what it's called, for 27 years, and they were like, "Oh, look, she's born." They're like, "Do you know, like what? Like if you put a baby in the freezer for 27 years, it's not gonna live." And they're like, "So why does life start at conception?" Because clearly, it's like now you can understand it's different. And like when you hold like a petri dish and like a baby and you drop them, which one are you grabbing? I grab the baby. Why? Because
Yeah.
in South African law, like it becomes a baby once it's like the birth or the delivery is fully complete. So like once you're completely separated from the mother's body. So like umbilical cord clipped, and then you have to breathe on your own. Like you have to be alive for a little bit. I was like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But then I was reading, I went down the rabbit hole because there were like the context. It came up in this like in succession where you inherit.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was like, oh, like if the mother, for example, is hit by a car when she's pregnant and the baby's born, like retarded or whatever, can the baby sue after it's born?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a person before it comes out, so you can't like do harm to a non-person. I
Yo.
was like, that's fucking wild.
South African law is so interesting.
No,
We
but, like,
really
but-
thought of everything that
No, but
time.
it's so flippin' progressive and like
Was it Albie Sachs that was busy with this thought experiments? Because
no,
very cool guy.
this is like long before. This is in like the 70s. This is long ago.
Really?
So like the principle comes from, it's called the Nasca jurisfiction, and it's basically just fuck. If like an unborn baby can inherit, because they're saying like if your dad has grandkids and you're pregnant, why can't your unborn child also inherit from your dad if he dies? Because you would have wanted the child to have as well. So what they do is they sort of hold it in abeyance until this baby's born, and then if it's a benefit to the child can inherit the money.
What an interesting time.
I was like, hey guys, that makes so much sense. And that was because like some woman was like, her dad died while she was pregnant, and she was like, no, but she has now 2 children. Surely both children should inherit from the estate because it was a Mapusta estate. So yeah, and then they tried to use that same thing in Delect when like this woman was hit by a car and her baby came out retarded and deformed. And then they were like, yeah, but technically.
So was the mother dead that time?
No, they were both alive. So she was
Okay.
hit by the car, recovered.
So then can't the mother be the one to...
You know, she can sue, but the problem was they were trying to sue for the child who was now severely disabled and they needed...
But can't the mother sue to say that like I have to pay for medical expenses, etc., etc.?
Yeah, but the link of causation.
Oh.
Because you can't now hit a person that's not a person.
Yo, that's wild. Interesting though.
Yeah, so I was like, then I'm understanding why we're thinking about people in utero.
Yeah.
But before that, I'm like, what are you? But also, like, we have school shooters. Do we need more?
That's the thing.
Especially in the southern states. Like, do you know what? If they banned abortion in the rest of the country but left it alone, like abortion for the southern states, go for it.
Yeah.
Like, those people are not so like upstairs.
No, but I also, I just can't understand why at this point they would do something that's so controversial, because there are so many other things that they as a country need to focus on. Like, focus on healthcare. If you were providing people with healthcare, if you were providing women with the tools that they needed after the child was born to look after the child properly, then you could have a conversation about, well, maybe
No, but the
maybe
thing-
we should discourage abortion and encourage like ways
like-
to look after your child, like that type of thing.
No, I
But
don't
you
think-
aren't even at that
I don't-
fucking point.
No, but that doesn't play into it at all. Like, the fact that I can now have the tools to look after is neither here nor there. It's still my bodily autonomy. So, like, my concern is not that the fact that there's no baby formula, or the fact that, you know, you guys can't technically afford to have a child. I don't care. Like, I really, truly couldn't give a flying fuck. It's the fact that you are dictating to me that, no, I must have this baby.
Yeah.
Children are permanent, man. Like, if I don't... What must happen now? Now I'm stuck with this child.
Yep.
Because some random white man decided this is the way to go.
And the thing is, like, it's not going to stop abortion from happening. People are still going to get back alley abortions. It's like a normal...
But then someone else is saying that if this goes legal, they are going to turn their practice into filing habeas appeals or
What does that
applications.
mean?
So in order for it to be murder, there has to be a body.
Okay. So,
So-
then if you just
If you
vacuum the baby...
Yeah, no, so like you must now prove. But if you come to court with a bucket of cells, where's the body?
Yeah.
It's cells.
And they say after 6 weeks, then you can't do it. How does it work? Like, women, if you miss your period, you're not like thinking, oh God, I'm pregnant immediately. Like, that's not the first thing. So many... Taylor, please, we are a different demographic. Do you know how many... I'm not even... We've had this conversation about how stupid people are. We can't be naming names, but we know people are dumb.
Like I don't get it.
But my point being, so I have a family member that didn't know that they were pregnant until they were 5 months in. She already has a child. She had like a older child, but it was only when she was 5 months pregnant that she realized she had another child, because she was having a period the entire time. Like, she was
No, but
bleeding
like-
monthly.
Yeah, okay, she would be able to abort
So
it.
weird
But, like,
things happen, and you just want to put all the weird chemicals in the men's food there in America times, so people's hormones are messed up.
No, but like anything can affect your
Yeah, I
period.
start gamble now.
No, I'll go get your food just now. But like anything, like you can be a little bit stressed. Like you have people who be like, oh shit, I missed my period, I'm pregnant. But then they're so
Yeah.
stressed about the fact that they missed their period. Like, you're not gonna get it because
Yeah.
you're stressed.
Yeah, because like even with me, like with my medication, there are months where I don't get my period.
Yeah, because
The-
they just decide, nope.
Yeah, so there will be lots of opportunities where a woman doesn't know that she's pregnant until.
No, but does that then mean like you must now test excessively?
And guess what's not gonna be free?
Ta-da! Those pregnancy tests. I'm just like, again, like I don't understand
And
the
pregnancy
logic.
tests aren't even like 100% accurate. So you get a
No, but like
pregnancy
even say
test that
6 weeks,
says.
you can't. Like
Yeah.
a lot of it won't come up as positive.
So you get a pregnancy test that says that you're negative. You're like, okay, Dad, I'm in the clear. A month later, you're like, I still haven't gotten my period. What's going on? Let me take another one.
Or like,
Oh
what
shit, I'm
happens if
pregnant.
there's the-
Now what?
That I didn't know I was pregnant on TLC where like the people go
Yeah.
bath and then they just pop out humans.
Yeah. Also, what happens when you get told that your child has like a life-changing deformity, and they're going the quality of their life is going to decrease like
but the-
exponentially because of this
Yeah,
deformity?
but then they say that you mustn't play God and make a decision because that's the line of arguing that like those folk use, because it must begins at like life begins at conception. Fine, okay, we'll go with that. And then now if it's like your rapist baby, not only is there now proof of the rape, but then also now I'm tired and you want the rapist to have parental rights over this fetus for this baby. Because now, like, let's say, for example, you were raped and now you pop out this child and now you are tied to your rapist. Because I know somebody here who that's happened to them.
Jesus Christ.
Luckily, the rapist died. But
Thank
the thing
God.
is, like, they were like, okay, now I'm a parent with rapist. How the hell does this work?
But also, what's so frustrating about that stupid fucking country is that in one breath you will say, like, life is so important. We have to, we have to be so worried about life and we have to protect this little baby that's never done anything wrong. That black man in jail, though, let him be a slave. I don't give a fuck. It's fine. Like, you don't actually care for human life, like, or the quality of human life. You just want someone to be alive and, like, to
but
live.
This is what I'm saying. I don't understand because the math isn't mathing.
No.
You can't tell me, the sanctity of human life. Like, I can fully understand that you believe that you need to advocate for children because children can't,
But it's not like they have, like, a decent foster care system.
Besides that, I'm saying, like, I can
None of that.
understand where you have child activists who saying, no, like, we must look after. Fine, fair.
Yeah.
But, like, that isn't the type of situation that extends. So it was a different story. For example, they were like, oh, you can come here and drop off your baby.
Yeah.
But even then, like, that's trauma.
Yeah.
Also, like, being pregnant doesn't... You can go blind.
Yeah.
You can lose teeth.
Yeah, and the whole
Then you can have
argument.
prolapses as well.
Yes.
Don't Google that.
Don't. Your child will be scared.
No, but, like, I was like, what do you mean your vagina can fall out?
It's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. I don't know hear about it's a miracle. It's not.
It's very archaic. Like, I always think, like, we're so advanced as a people and that is how you bring
Have
people
you
into
watched Alien?
No.
The new Alien?
No.
Basically, in Alien, she gets pregnant with an alien. I don't know how it happens. I can't remember. But she's like, she gets pregnant with an alien. Now there's an alien inside of her. They have this quipod thing now where you just lay in it and then you say, this is the part of my body that needs to come out. You click the buttons, you lay in the pod, they do the surgery. They do it, they take the thing out, they stitch you up, finished. Now, if that existed in life, I wouldn't be so worried about it. But you telling me that everything will rip apart? And I must put a whole head and arms and a body?
I'm going to be honest with you, the way...
Don't be silly.
The way the two of us are set up with our half a meter tall personalities and bodies.
Yeah, guys, I'm very small. There's no possible way.
We're not delivering children that way. Someone, when I took my mom to the hospital, they're like, no, but like it's a similar pain to, when you go into labor. And my mom looked at these people and she's like, does it look like I went through labor? I was like, nope. Debbie picked a day off the calendar and called it a day and was like, oh, book in at 10.
It's wild how stupid that country is. It's absolutely fucking insane.
They have great media though. Like, I'll give them
But
that.
you know what I also think it is? I don't even think it's about abortion and the sanctity of life or any of these like moral arguments that you can make. Because yes, we can philosophize on abortion and when we can think about all of those things. But I think what this is more than anything else is a way to split America in half once again between Republicans and Democrats, because Democrats have had multiple opportunities to actually solidify Roe v. Wade.
No, but
and they've given up every time.
No, they still have the opportunity
They're not going to take it though.
No, but my thing is, at this point is that's when you need to hold your government accountable.
Yeah.
Because you can't now claim to be a Democrat and they're sitting in the House and they're alone. Because listen, I don't understand how the Supreme Court works, because how the hell do you have a politicized bench when it's meant to be impartial? It doesn't make... Also, how do you have life?
Stupid.
How do you have a life? Because like, what is they're saying? What's her name?
Ruth by RBG.
That one. Because she held on for dear life.
Yes! And she didn't want to give up her seat. Even though she knew that once she died, she could be replaced by a Republican.
But like, had she left during the Democrats' era, they would have had someone else. That being said...
Selfish.
That's your white feminism.
Now look. Now look where you sit in.
No, but I'm saying the Democrats still have the House and you can still pass legislation.
But they haven't wanted to do that because every election they use abortion as a way to garner support and a way for them to justify why people should vote for them. And the Republicans do the exact same thing. They say, vote for us so that we can...
No, but now the difference here is, again, you've got a constituency who's looking... The Republican constituency can be like, you know what, actually, you guys are doing a damn good job of blocking abortion. I'll take it. You guys are going up and down the circuits, you know, going to court. I'll take it, because if I was looking, okay, my electorate is doing something, my representatives are... You look at the Democrats and be like, my guy, I voted for you and you still haven't done anything.
Yeah, absolutely for cool. But go give 40 billion to Ukraine so that the Nazis can fight nice. How are you gonna write the article about the heroes in Ukraine and the man has Nazi insignia on his arm? Guys,
listen, America has great PR.
Listen,
how the hell is that the best country in the world?
Supporting Nazis. I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult for you to do
Is it?
I know it's hard. Please stop supporting Nazis. Just try a bit now and again.
Or, you know what, just hide it a bit better and keep it in your house. Don't be like the guy in Stellenbosch doing too
Man's
much.
standing with a gun and he has an emblem on his arm.
Hitler didn't die for you to disrespect him like that, man. I can't say that.
This people is dumb. This people is dumb in that country. Oh, Manita. But at least we have Amber Heard and Johnny Depp to keep us busy.
All I'm going to say to you is I stopped listening as soon as she tried to blame the dog for taking a dump on his pillow.
Yeah, that was wild, eh?
Like,
that was insane. We saw the picture, Amber. Dogs don't do it like that.
That is when I was like, right, friends, this is me. I'm done. I can't anymore. Because there's one or two situations happening here. Either one of them is batshit crazy.
I'm going to go with both.
Or that is the most toxic, like mutually abusive fuckery that I've ever seen in my life. Which in that case, that's a them problem. Like, just go over there.
But what do you think this... where does this leave hashtag believe all women? I'm gonna be honest, I've never believed that kind of shit. I think believe all women is a ridiculous statement. You should give women the benefit of the doubt because majority of the time women are not lying and there's no reason for them to be lying about something so horrible and traumatic. However, I've come across many psychotic bitches that will literally lie about sexual assault for lots of different reasons. Me, I can't talk about it because defamation of character.
Well, not anymore. I did send you the article, but the case is you can...
I'm not going to try it, Taylor. I'm not going to give it a go.
I'm just saying, like, the Western Cape High Court said you can now talk about it to raise awareness and build community.
But still, I don't smack to pay for lawyer fees because 100%.
I'm sure your dad can take a week leave and just...
He's not practicing anymore.
Yeah,
he doesn't practice.
He just wants to practice.
He just does what he needs to do there. Anyway, no, but what do you think? Where does that leave? Believe all women.
I think we should start from a position of believing all women. Mm-hmm. So maybe you call it benefit for the doubt. I say believe women. But then it gets to a point where, like, so it's not that I don't believe her, because I think, like I said, I think it's a mutually destructive situation.
I don't believe her. I'll be honest about it.
No, because here's my thing though. Like, I'm just thinking because you get women, for example, who, when they're arguing, get violent or they want to push their partners. And people are like, oh, you can't raise a hand to a woman. But I'm like, it takes a special kind of person with a hell of a lot of self-control to stand there being slapped and hit and whatever.
True.
And not do anything.
True.
So, like, either way, I just think you've got two people who are antagonizing.
I joke you all the time.
No, but my thing is, like, it gets to a point where, like, if Rion had to push you back, like, even if you were just being unnecessary and he was just like, go away.
I wouldn't consider that abuse.
No, I wouldn't either. But what I'm saying to you is, you can understand the thought process of going from, I've told you to stop.
I'm very sensitive about my ears. I don't like being whispered in my ears. And then whenever he does it, then I just choke him.
No, but my thing is, he's antagonizing you.
Yeah, so...
No, so I'm saying...
Defense.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to get to a point where I'm
But
just
I don't choke him out. It's just like a joke. More than anything.
Can't reach.
A joke. And then he laughs.
She can't reach all
and
the
then
way.
he goes, ah, and then I just go, yeah, see, behave yourself.
And then you choke the other one also.
Huh? Taylor, you getting out of hand?
Sorry.
This kid. Anyway.
Yeah, so what I was saying was, I think it's a situation where, like, first I think they're both a little bit batshit, but then I think one of them is antagonizing the other and the other's not backing down. And now you've got this fuck show of a
But we have audio recordings now of her
Yeah, so
trying to keep him there, and he's like, "Look, we're having an argument.
No,
it's
I
getting out of
understand.
hand. Let me leave." And she's like, "No, I'm dying."
No, but you see, I was reading this thread on Twitter about a woman who was saying that like her mom was in an abusive relationship, like for her whole life, and if people had to take certain recordings of those like moments where her mom, so in the first, let's say 5-10 years, her mom would just take it and be like, okay. But then after that, her mom was like, you know what, this man's gonna beat me either way, so I'm gonna be bold. So she started shouting at him, calling him this and that, threatening him, and she was like, if someone had to take that clip of her threatening to kill my dad and use it on the stand, it points my mom as an abuser as opposed to what she was.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
But look, like this is the unfortunate thing about taking these things to court. The court does not care about your feelings. It's about the facts. So,
no, but that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying in this situation, that is not a fact.
Yeah.
It's a part of the fact.
Yeah.
And like then they, for example, they have pictures and they've got her friends saying, no, like listen, we have plans, whatever.
But you cannot use pictures like that and claim that a man who has 4 rings on his finger beat you, hit your face so many times that you lost count, but your face is red. That's all that happened? No, friend, that don't look like that. Listen,
no, but you see, now my thing is now I'm policing the way.
Policing what? Evidence.
Yeah, well, my thing is, it's more of a perception because you, like I said, you wouldn't count that as abuse.
No.
Someone might be like,
but no. But she said,
no, I know
he hit me multiple times in the face and he had rings on his finger.
No,
the evidence that she gave for that was a picture of her with her where it looks like she has blush on.
Yeah, but you see, so for example, like what happens if like 4 days, like I don't bruise immediately.
Yeah. It takes me a couple of days. But she had said in one account that this is the way that her face looked immediately after. Listen, I've been hit in the face with a cricket ball. Not in the face with I've been hit in the face with a cricket ball.
Now's not the time to put your business to the table.
No, I was on the beach with my family and these boys were playing cricket and I was very young and they hit the ball and it hit me like right in the eye. And I bruised immediately. My eye was black for like days and days. Now, obviously, the force of a cricket ball is probably a bit harder than Johnny Depp standing and
depends.
Torturing him like that.
Listen, Jack Sparrow.
I don't know even because he doesn't look very. Anyway.
I think I could take Johnny Depp.
No, Debs, I could take Johnny Depp one time, young. Me, I can kick.
That's one
thing about me. I can kick.
I think I just kick him in the chest one time and be like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore.
But the evidence that she provided for getting punched in the face several times was her with like, it looks like she had been crying. That was about it. And then she provided another picture where there was like slight discoloration under her eyes and it looked like she didn't get sleep for like a day. And she just had bags under her eyes. That too.
But like my main thing is I just think that was a very toxic situation.
Oh, it definitely was.
And now you're putting it in a public discourse where I always say like I feel very uneasy at some points when people give legal commentary on things and they aren't. I know it's exclusionary, I know it's classist and but it gets to a point where it's like, but that's not how the law works. And that's also why people often get upset when like people accused of rape or murder get bail. That's not how it works. But then on the other hand, you've already got such a toxic patriarchal, situation. Now you throw this in there as well. And I think it puts all of us, particularly as women, in a very difficult situation.
Yeah.
And like this is like it comes across in many different things where like you have a struggle and then you have someone there at the front who's like you have these people with their mental health. They're like, oh my gosh, guys, no, I'm so depressed. And then you're like,
My thing is just that if Amber Heard, I don't believe that we should, in the face of the evidence that we've seen now over the last like 4 weeks, I don't think that we should be giving
I think she
Amber,
was abused. Like, look, I do think she was abused. Might not have
by
been.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think she was abused, but not necessarily in the way that she's claiming or the extent. But like I said, I can't police and be like, oh, only if I hit you with a full fist is that abuse.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be the police there and be like, okay, this is...
This
is abuse.
His finger off.
No, she threw a bottle at him and his finger fell off.
I mean, what do you call that? Not abuse.
No, but the thing is... Okay. No normal person is gonna stand there shouting and screaming and then pick up a bottle and flick some at someone's head.
I've seen lots of colored people throwing
We're
bottles.
different. It's not the same. No, but
Okay.
like, what's happening?
Oh, it was the staging of this photo because
Oh,
it was a picture of
Oh.
them doing the
The cocaine.
cocaine, yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to think of did you watch her cross-examination?
like I told you, I stopped watching with the dog.
Her cross-examination was completely devastating because there were so many points where Camille Vasquez, the Johnny Depp's lawyer, where she caught her out on like major things. The one thing was like, you bought this man a knife and you had engraved on it till death or something weird like that. You bought him a knife, even though you said that he was abusive towards him. You apologized multiple times. None of these things. Oh, and then the one thing that she did was she had 2 photos saying that this had been pictures that she had taken
Yeah.
of the abuse. One was taken at night, one was taken the day after, so the bruises were like a bit more. But literally all it was the exact same picture with the saturation.
No, but you see, the
increased.
other thing is that I've seen is that like she claimed, I think they did a trip to Italy where she claimed he hit her like in the hotel or whatever.
Yeah.
But all of the pictures on her Instagram and like all
Yeah.
the paparazzi of them
Yeah.
being out in Italy is her like her
Yeah.
living her best life.
And then
no, but then again, it comes back to controlling the narrative in terms of it's not uncommon for us to
Yeah.
hear of people being like,
no,
oh,
but this is my thing. Like I give victims or people who say that they're victims, I give them the benefit of the doubt entirely. I know that abuse can look a whole lot of different ways, and I know especially when you're in a relationship with a person that you try to cover up for the things that are happening. So her saying that I covered up the bruises and so on, I didn't want to take pictures of myself, all of those things are believable. When it starts adding up though, then it's like wait, something's not lining up here, because she claimed that there was this massive blowout in one of his houses, and then they called the police twice. Body cam footage and the incident reports show that nothing happened. There was nothing going on. But then her and a friend allegedly trashed the apartment and took pictures, and that was submitted as evidence of him going on a rampage.
but we all know the police ain't shit.
But this is the thing.
No,
like,
but this is what I'm saying.
We
like,
can say that the police ain't shit, but then there was also Johnny's security guard that testified that.
Well, obviously, it's not good. My main point
But
is,
it's
I'm
just
not,
too much. At some point, it's like, okay, so we
So what
shouldn't
happens
believe
if-
the police. We shouldn't believe our own eyes. We shouldn't believe the witnesses. We shouldn't believe. We shouldn't believe Johnny's security guard. We should
No,
only
all I'm
believe
saying-
Amber.
no,
that
what-
doesn't. That
no.
you can't.
What I'm saying is, hi Sham, you need to vape now.
Yeah, I'm vaping.
No, so the thing is, it's like I'm saying, I don't necessarily think all of that is the full truth or the full situation.
Okay.
But because of how I'm perceiving the relationship, as toxic as it is, there could have been other forms of abuse. And so that is why I'm saying I don't think the relationship was in one way she was abusing him and she
No, I don't.
that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying, like,
believe
I
that
do.
either.
So I don't necessarily agree or believe all of her pictures and the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like, listen, Johnny Depp also seems a bit too ticked up to actually abuse someone fully.
That's also what I was thinking.
But like I said, like I don't think it's a situation where both parties have clean hands.
No,
and that
certainly
she my thing is he could have just gaslit the shit out of her and been, manipulative and emotionally
But
abused.
if,
So
you,
I'm not
if
saying
you look at like her cross-examination,
But the thing is, how do you prove that?
She's literally gaslighting the court. She's gaslighting the jury at this point, because she's saying like, what you're seeing in front of you
Who
is
was
not
it-
what you're seeing.
Who was it who did the analysis of her being a narcissist?
The doctor
No. It was someone like
on the internet.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
basically,
I've
they were
watched
saying
some-
they were saying that she's a narcissist, and the person she dated before had a similar type of pattern, and they did an analysis of
her partner.
a partner before.
Yeah.
It was a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tasha,
I
something
don't know
like
what
that.
it was, but they also
She.
she also had bruises.
Yes, she
You know?
she took a restraining order out on her.
Yeah.
And she laid charges against her.
Yeah, so there's that. But then they were saying that that person was sort of gaining fame. So Miss Ma'am attached herself, and then like they do an analysis of her full personality of like, well, not like the way she dresses, the places she goes to. So like the one before was more like normal, and then Johnny Depp's obviously on the darker spectrum.
Yeah.
And then like she changes her dress and things, and basically the line of argument was narcissists feed off like manipulating powerful individuals.
Yeah.
So it's sort of being like, oh no, but you're Johnny Depp out there, but back here at the ranch.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And that's the power
Exactly.
trip. And the fact is, she's not going to trial for the sake of wanting the trial. She's going there to take you for a joke, and to be
Yeah.
like, but I can.
This was the
Because if it was
biggest-
about the money, based on the nature of like you're putting your whole life out there, I would have like if I was involved in this and I was gonna give like my legal opinion, I would say go to arbitration and fight it out there. And also I don't doubt that Johnny would cut the check and say go away.
But that's what he did initially.
No, but that's
he
exactly
cut
what-
the check. He said, "This is the end of it. Let's move on."
No, but
And then
that's what I'm saying, like-
he paid her out the $7 million. He gave her the $7 million. A few months after that, she then wrote the op-ed because
Allegedly.
she took that op-ed. No, not allegedly. She wrote it. She admitted it. That was the first question that they asked on the stand. Her lawyer asks her, "Why are you here?" She says, "Because Johnny is suing me for defamation because of an article that I wrote." Girl,
In a wash
this
up
is
and
why we in court. You're supposed to say, "I didn't write it." Duh. That's what these cases about, that you wrote it and you defamed him. Stupid.
No, but like I said, I'm just like, this is something he would have fought outside. Now, so that's what I'm saying. Like so the analysis of the narcissist was to be at the center of this trial, to
Yeah.
show like to flex power, to be like, no, but this
Yeah.
is what I can do.
Because instead of taking the money, leaving it at that, she then started to become this Me Too activist and was
No, but
giving
that's
all
what I'm
of
saying,
these
but-
speeches, and she was getting paid to do all of these things. And that's where I'm like, this is a little bit suspicious. What the biggest red flag to me was her on the stand describing her relationship with Johnny, where she talks about the good old days when they first met, their first kiss, and she's sitting on the stand smiling. She cries when she describes how he proposed to her. She smiles at the first time that they kissed. And I'm like, as a victim of abuse, thinking back to the best moments of the relationship, I would not be smiling. No fucking way would a victim of abuse be sitting there smiling about the person that has abused you for years, that has dragged you through 2 court cases, and now is making you do it for a second, third time, I don't know, in front of millions of people. No way would I be sitting there smiling. No way would I continue to say, I love him, look at him and say, I love him, I don't want to do this to him, I don't want to do this to him. Why the fuck? No fucking way. You can see, like, I have borderline personality disorder myself. I am familiar with the manipulative tactics of me. And she's full on manipulating. And as a victim of abuse myself, it's not like a surprise. So is every woman in this country. But it's like you just know. You can just tell sometimes when someone is lying about it. Also, her story, there's so many parts of her story that doesn't line up, that and also like, you forget what happens. You don't have like a perfect recollection of everything. But she's sitting there on the stand, like, recalling that.
Didn't she also laugh?
Yeah, she was like, the carpet was so dirty. The carpet was so dirty, and my dog stepped on a pee. And it's like, my bro, what are you talking about? You remember all of these things, but that's not. It sounds so rehearsed. It's just watching her. Like, I watched it with Riyadh. We were literally like lying in the car watching her trial, and I was like, this manipulative bitch. Because I could just see she was lying. Because this is how I lie. I've lied like this before.
I don't know. I personally don't care about the individuals here. Like my main
No.
concern in public discourse is the narrative around it and the policing that comes. Because you've seen what people's like, no, victims behave like this.
No.
And I was like, no, people don't all behave or respond to trauma in the same
Yeah.
way. So that's where I'm just like, let us just not. So that's why I'm
For
saying.
sure. Like the
So
way
like, that's
that
where my caution is. Like I said, it's not that I like fully believe. I don't that. Mm-mm.
yeah.
Like you don't do like friend, tone it down.
And what frustrates me, 100% I agree with you, like trauma comes out in a lot of different ways. And I'm sure that there would be some women that sit on the stand and talk about the relationship that they once had with the person. And they do feel some type of way and they would smile about it. But it's the way, it's all of these things on top of each other that makes me view what she's saying
So
as
you would
untrue.
rather say, for example, like in other terms, she's not a credible witness.
Yeah. She...
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's about it. When it, like, I will always give the victim the benefit of the doubt. My thought on
I'm
it
just
is
very
I would
confused as to why you
rather...
flipped this. Because
What do you mean?
so it's a defamation case, right?
Yeah.
So why are you going into all of this?
Because-
Focus on this is what the public think of me. This is what my character is / was could
That
be.
he did do that.
No, but why?
There was a witness to
No.
testify
But the
as
whole
expert
case
witness.
doesn't. It's not like because most people don't even bloody know it's a defamation case.
No, people do.
No. If you hear the conversation happening,
Yeah. Oh, they think it's like a criminal case.
like a domestic violence.
Yeah.
But it's like, so why are all of these things?
Because basically she wrote this article.
No, I know the article and what she said and things like that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying again, if Johnny's lawyers are trying to win a defamation case, you don't need to bring up all of these things.
No, but so I don't know if you saw the jury instructions. I think it was on Thursday. They gave the jury the instructions. So American courts are weird. It's like very different to South African courts. But
No, but the thing is, when you sue in DLEC, there are 5 elements that you've got to prove in order to win your case.
no, it's not the same in America times. They have a different system. So both sides will give the jury instructions about their specific thing, and then the judge has to say whether or not these are like the right instructions to give the jury. So for Johnny's side, it has to be, did Amber write this article? If yes, did she republish this article knowing that the content
So that
of the
fits,
article
no, but that
was
fits into
incorrect
the-
or misleading?
That's the 5. So it's wrongfulness, conduct, what do you call it? Like intention, damages or whatever. So that's the conduct of, did you actually write the article?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
She admitted that. The wrongfulness element is like, no, but you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
The intention and things like that. So that's what I'm saying. We've got the same 5 elements of the DLEC
okay.
and the defamation.
Yeah.
So in proving that, Johnny's case is not to show this woman is batshit crazy. His main case is to say, this is what she said about me. It damaged me in A, B, and C because maybe I'm not getting movies anymore, or people don't want to work with me. I've lost sponsorship deals because people think I'm a bloody abuser.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of things that you are. Why are you discussing that she shat on your pillow?
Yeah.
Those are the kind of things, and like I could understand her doing that in saying that like I'm trying to prove that I was merely speaking
But see,
my truth.
that it's also important to know that there was a trial before this in the UK, and she was the one that brought up all of these things in the trial.
No, but again, it's fine. But I'm saying from her point of view, I fully understand, because that's the same like when I was telling you about the case where rape victims can now speak their truth because it's their truth and it's not defamatory because you're merely speaking of your own experience. The fact that you're a rapist is that's your business. You know what I mean? So again, I understand why Amber would say, he hit me, he did all. So when I wrote these articles and did these public engagements, I wasn't defaming him per se. I was speaking about my experience as a victim and trying to, I don't know if she's doing women empowerment now, who knows.
Yeah,
and
she was
it's just
probably.
like, it just happens to be that you were the abuser.
But she didn't like structure her argument that way, and her lawyers are having like a really hard time actually having to like really reel her in. I don't know if you saw the redirect after her cross-examination, but the lawyer was like, I give up, like I don't know what to do.
But again, my thing is, that's why I'm confused about this trial.
Mm.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Netflix deal sitting between like both of them at the end.
Yeah.
Because this would make a brilliant documentary. Or like a docu-series of
Ultimately,
like a
like I
4-part.
think for me, what's so frustrating about it is what it says to victims of abuse. I don't like this idea that men cannot be abused and that women are always the victim. I think that's like so problematic, because it also creates this idea that you need to be a perfect victim. And that's what Amber is trying to present right now. She's trying to present this like, I'm a good girl, I don't do drugs, I hate drugs, John is a drug addict. Every single situation, he was the aggressor. She has not like given in to anything. She doesn't.
I'm just writing the article.
She's like so defensive about every single thing, and that's so unrealistic of women that are abused. Admit that, yeah, I did hit him. Fuck him. He's a puss. He was trying to do this to me. I hit him. Just admit to those things.
No, but I'm
instead
saying
of
again,
like,
it doesn't make sense in a defamation trial.
But I think for both parties, it's
Like
not
now,
necessarily.
this is becoming couples therapy 2.0 live in front of the whole world.
Rough. They literally brought in their own marriage counselor.
No, but like
It was
again,
rough.
it doesn't. I'm like, guys, man, if I was a judge, I'm like, can you go talk about this cock on the side and come back when you're ready to focus?
I also don't know why it's like being
Because why-
publicized in this way. It's very
No, because people are bus.
Yeah, I think for both parties, they are trying to prove their innocence, and they would prefer for it to be live on television for everybody to see and for the public, because this is also, regardless of what the outcome of this trial is, like what the verdict is, it's important that Johnny wins back his support in the public sphere.
No,
and
but
it's important
again,
for Amber
he
to do
does
the same.
that by showing that this woman is batshit crazy,
And he's done that.
and showing that like, like what she said was a problem.
Yeah.
Like her main thing, I'm assuming she's trying to use truth as a defense here, but it just, I don't know. This is why like I'm not in practice, because I'm just thinking of the poor lawyer and like all of their little like clerks and things who must now sit with those like listening to her talk and writing that down and what the discovery
It's
looks
rough.
like. Like this is why I'm not in practice yet.
Yeah.
I'm not strong enough for this because I'll get bored or I'll get irritated with my
I have
clients.
to say though, Johnny Depp's lawyer, Camille Vasquez, she was amazing. I showed my daddy. My daddy was like, yes, sus. This is the person that you want on your team. Like you want someone that is as aggressive as she is, but still.
No, but the thing is, what's nice about her is that she's focused.
Yeah, she's so smart. She's so fast.
No, but the thing is, that's my point in terms of it's a defamation trial. She knows what she's trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So she goes in that narrative, whereas Amber's kind of, I don't actually know what she's
She's
doing.
law scorpion, and her lawyer is trying so hard, but you can see that she's unable to trust the lawyer to redirect her story and to kind
know,
of
you need
fix
a-
any of the things that she fucked up during cross-examination.
No, but this
she
is
has
when
no
you,
trust
this
in
is
the
when you
lawyers.
need a good like a PR person. This is when you need.
Oh, she already fired her publicist.
Yeah, no,
like
you,
halfway
you
through
must
the trial.
you must go get an Olivia Pope because
Yeah, no, you need
you can't
to.
go off your rocket like this and then have
100%.
a trial with your peers. That's also a very weird concept to me.
That's what I said. It's like America doesn't trust the public to elect a president, but they trust the public to make a decision on whether or not a person should go to jail.
Yeah, but we both know why that happens.
So they can have slaves.
Yeah, because the what is it? The
Dumb
industrial
country.
prison complex thing.
The prison industrial complex.
that
yeah.
thing. One of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, because there, if you look at your incarceration rates of people going to jail are black people,
Yep.
young black men between the ages of like 18 and 25.
And you work for free.
No, but I'm
in
saying
jail.
that's also when you're in your physical prime.
Yeah.
And like the thing, like what people get off on, and it's just,
Yeah.
it's, but then I'm thinking like in a South African context, we would be so screwed.
You know, like one thing that I'm not the type of person to ever say that any victim should go and lay charges. I think laying charges is in a South African context, it's not worth it. You get dragged through court for like
Not
3
even
years.
that, like your first encounter
Yeah.
is just shit.
No, it's not worth it. They don't take you seriously. It's not as technologically advanced as it is in the States. They literally take your statement down with a pencil.
No, but the thing is, they shouldn't be taking us that you should be writing it yourself.
Yeah, but that's not how it goes.
Yeah, no, because people don't know that.
Yeah.
But then also, like, for example, most people don't know that you can go to a Netcare hospital and they've got a rape like center.
Yeah.
And what I find really cool is that they give you like an emotional support person who's with
Yeah.
you beginning to end.
It's actually really cute. They give you like a little care package.
Yeah, and then like you have the Tutuzela care centers as well. And again, like what's interesting there is that they give you like your professionals, like your legal folk, your medical folk, your psychologist.
Yeah.
But then there's this other person who's just there
Yeah.
as a support system. They literally just like toddle along with you while you go to your appointment and sit there.
Yeah.
That-
Rape crisis is also really great. They
Yeah,
give you like
that's-
3 sessions.
No, but I mean, like, my main thing was, like, you just have someone who's there as an accountability mechanism to advocate for you.
Yeah.
To be like, sorry, ma'am, you didn't take down everything. Or,
Yeah.
sorry, can we get a
Yeah.
glass of water? Or,
But the problem is like people don't know these things, and like actually going into court and having to do this, and it's already difficult for you to remember what actually
Yeah.
happened. I remember this lawyer telling me the question that they ask on cross-examination is, how did your pants come off? And most victims don't know how
yeah.
to answer that question because it's something that your brain immediately erases. Like it's not something that that your brain wants you to remember because of how traumatic it
Because
is.
I've heard of people, this girl she was raped, but it was like a club type situation. And basically the cross-examination was, but like, do you see how tight your pants are? How is it possible that somebody could like if you must jump to put your pants on and like wiggle into it, how must the other person with you and your
if you
weight?
ask me now what did I do when I got up this morning, like did I brush my teeth or do my skincare first, I can't tell you because so put me in a traumatic situation where my brain is purposefully not trying to remember certain things, I'm not going to remember. So the whole court process, they trying to prove that you're lying. So any inconsistency in the things that you say, it's going to be pulled out of you. And it's horrible.
Like they're saying that like rape needs to be like reformed in terms of the burden shouldn't be on the victim to prove, it should be on the state to prove. So like it's a lot, like obviously it's a very personal crime, it's a very intimate thing to prove, so the victim has to play a role, but
it's rough though.
No,
it's
but
really
like the thing
rough.
is, when I heard about this, the line of questioning of like, but like if you must like jump and wiggle to get into your own jeans, like imagine now a night after clubbing, whatever, and then this person wasn't wearing underwear when she went to the jail, so they were like, well, where's your underwear? Did they? And she had to like in front of a whole room of people be like,
it's very embarrassing also.
I didn't. And then you've still got a very patriarchal, like slut shaming, sex negative environment where I'm just like, no guys.
The advice that I've heard a lot of lawyers give is just take a restraining order out on the person. Don't lay charges against them for like rape or abuse of any kind. Just take a restraining order out, walk away, finished.
Yeah,
that's
like
the easiest thing.
like part of the work that I do is in that particular field, and it's a very awkward thing because you sit in these meetings with the different stakeholders. Am I even allowed to talk about this? Anyhow, but basically, like,
5-minute segment on that, please.
Oh my god. Chris Brown congratulates ex-girlfriend Gianna on giving birth. You best shut the fuck up, sir. You best shut the fuck up. Keep your pick, make your cuck music, and move the fuck
you've
on.
been making the
Leave this
same-
girl alone, please.
just because she forgave you for her own self after Oprah talked to her.
Oprah makes people forgive other people for no fucking reason. Oprah's whole brand is kumbaya, let's hold hands, we're all friends again. Oprah, we hate people.
Oprah's that old school brand of grit. Like her thing with like Viola Davis, like, but don't you think because people thought you were ugly and made you who you are? And Viola's like, no.
My god.
And Oprah's like, no, but like if I wasn't raped, I wouldn't have,
No.
And it's like, no, Oprah, you don't. You are deserving of success as is. You don't need to suffer.
But
Is
yeah,
Chris
like
Brown trying to give Mubarak his way back into Rihanna's life?
Nah, it seems that way.
No, he's trying to
He's
stay
so
relevant
unnecessary.
because he's got a rape charge against him.
That man's, he just needs to be eradicated.
No, like the thing is, he is making the same music, like same song for like
Exactly.
8 albums now. Like,
You aren't even quiet. Just pack
Like,
it up and go home. Pack it up
rather
and go
like
home.
just like fade into the distance like
Yes.
10 songs and shut up.
Yes.
Go
Just-
ride your, but like,
Let it be. You know, something from the early 2000s that we look back on and go, let that just be it. Please, go away.
but like my thing is, he has no relevance, and this is the only way Like, send her a bunch of flowers and shut up. If she wants to post about, like, oh, Chris, send me flowers.
Yeah, you don't have to make it. Fucking hell.
No, but this is
Just
again,
really
like, this is
cuck again.
peak, like, men and, like, narcissists making a situation about yourself.
Yep.
Ow! Now people are, obviously, they don't bloody start the article with, oh, Chris Brown, they give a whole backstory. Now she must have her business put out there again.
Yep. Yep. I love the commodification of humiliating women.
No, but, like, it's
Fuck
just...
y'all.
Makes me very irritated.
But yeah, like, just coming back to the rape in South Africa, yeah, it's a rough time, and I think don't lay
No, because, like,
charges.
so basically...
And if you do intend on laying charges, here's a tip. Make a Google Drive folder called taxes now, and then it has to be password protected because it's your tax information. Take pictures, all of that shit, you put it up. Take screenshots of conversations that you have with your friends, put it in there. Make sure that you tell people about what's going on. Otherwise, get a restraining order, and yeah, because men are fucking terrible in this
Like,
country.
what's interesting is that, like, you have got a distrust of the police,
Yeah.
right? And then you've got a whole bunch of stakeholders in... Like,
Also, the police love to rape women. That's also another fun fact.
Fun fact, you can sue the police for that if you want to. Don't, like, lay a charge, but you can sue them if you have the time. But, like, your stakeholders and, like, your... What do you call these? Like, your community-based, like, support group, like your churches and things.
Yeah.
All of them will say, don't go to the police, go to the rape crisis center or
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
And then you have the police sitting on the other side being like, yeah, but they don't come to us now. It looks like we're not doing our job. And like, but you're not.
Yeah.
Like, I have... I can't say that.
Yeah.
No, because like I've sat in meetings where just like you look at these people and you're like...
Yep.
And like there was a directive passed a couple of years ago, like what, 2-3 years ago, about what a victim's experience is meant to be like in the magistrate's court.
Yeah.
So for example, they're meant to be 2 separate doors because
Yeah.
it can't be the case that you as a victim walk behind your rapist going into
Yeah.
court and now you must all shimmy through the turnstile and this
Yeah.
man's right in front of you.
Yeah.
And there should be like a support person, like a counselor or whatever your choice is.
They are in some courts.
No, but it's meant to be in every court.
Yeah.
And it's so what's happened is the rape crisis center have put up those container thingies next to some of the courts where like rape is one of the most like prominent cases.
Yeah.
So that women have that. But I'm just like, it shouldn't be
Yeah.
that way. And then I was talking about billionaires. And like I
I
was
need to
wondering,
pee, bruh. I don't know if you want to take a break so I can pee.
I'm just gonna finish my story about my billionaires.
Go.
Basically what happens is that they say like billionaires have this money and a lot of people are like, oh, like if Jeff Bezos gave X amount of money to he could solve world poverty. Great. But the problem with that is you shouldn't have individuals being not liable, but you don't want that system fulfilling the government's like business.
Yeah.
So now I'm looking, you have all these NGOs and things who have stepped up
Yeah.
because there's a need for it.
Yeah.
But you don't want that type of
Yeah, exactly.
do you know what I mean? You don't want that
Yeah,
shift
yeah,
to
yeah.
happen because the system is meant to be with the government.
Yes.
And now you're meant to trust these private parties who are funded and have agendas
Yes.
and whatever. Not saying they don't do good work, they do great work, but I mean, they are reliant. So, like, for example, if abortion gets banned in America or in some
Yeah.
states, a lot of organizations lose their funding here.
Yep.
Because they're not allowed to be, you're not allowed to use that money and spend it elsewhere
Yeah.
on organizations that can, assist accordingly. So it's just like,
Happy.
you can't even, outsource these things because you don't want the lack of accountability and to have that system of private entities or private persons having that much control over society because they've got money and power or influence.
It's just not a good time for women. Like,
Now, this is why I said I don't want daughters at all.
no.
Like,
Oh my god.
I wouldn't, not that I have issues with them, it's just
I also don't want a boy though, because then I must tell him not to be a rapist.
No, but then I can at least go into the world knowing that I'm plucking my child into shape. And I would
Yeah.
hope that he, bullies his friends
But
accordingly.
what if you what if you raise this lighty right, but he's still a rapist? You're that time you're
Then I'm sorry, friends, we're gonna go
control alt delete.
No,
Sorry.
we're gonna go on a family holiday and one of us is not gonna come back.
Righty Bob.
Yeah. But I don't
Yeah.
think as a mother I'd be able to be okay having a daughter.
I honestly
wouldn't be okay.
I can't even imagine being a mother and having a son and
No, but
having knowing that he's gonna go day to girl he's gonna take a girl out. Where the fuck are you going, son? What are you doing with this girl,
No, but
son?
the thing is, you
How?
need to.
Whoa!
No, but I'm like, you have a brother, so you've heard the conversations of Taahirah, when you go out, you message
Yeah.
us, let us know where you are. How many times have they told your brother the same thing?
0 times.
No, but that's my thing, and that's holding your parents accountable.
Yeah.
And it's
I'll tell that lad to send me your location.
No, but my
I
thing,
see you pulling into a parking lot in Sea Point. I'm getting in my car. I'm coming for you.
no, but it's one of those things where it's like they're very like I've witnessed
I
one.
need to pee. Take a
Go,
break.
go, go.
Okay.
Don't pee on the
Pee on
couch.
me, I need to pee.
Ow!